everybody, and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be discussing a topic I personally feel is very important to the future of the series. While I've heard no one else bring it up, I have an amazing idea for Arc 4 Wings of Fire, and it's one that's a little bit out there. I don't think there should be a prophecy for the next set of books, and I'll explain why. I'm always super excited to talk about my ideas for Arc 4, so this video is no exception. I've been wanting to possibly pre-write the next 5 books, or maybe even just the first, and this concept would definitely be included. But before we begin, a huge shout out to my patrons. 𝙈𝙤𝙁𝙁𝙁 3 Moons, 𝙈𝙤𝙁𝙁𝙁, Fizz, and Thistle. Thank you much for supporting me. Links to social medias are in the description down below. Anyways, without further ado, let's get into the video. At the start of every arc in Wings of Fire, we're given the prophecy for it. While the Dragonette prophecy was a fake one, it's still followed and ends up being the reality of the story in a way. The Jade Mountain prophecy and the Lost Continent prophecy are told by Moon and are fully helpful and correct in guiding our Dragonettes. And while vague, they're a key factor in saving the day and assisting the heroes. But to explain why I think there should be no prophecy, I first must get into the storyline in which I believe it calls for one not to exist. Tui is still brainstorming for the 4th arc, but she did say she'd be really interested in making it about the next generation of dragons, and I'm all for this. For my version of the arc, the younger Dragonettes have a little more of an in-depth personality and motivations. For example, Peacemaker wouldn't be incredibly silly, he'd actually struggle with being too mature at times. Bumblebee wouldn't just be comedic relief all the time, she'd be weighed down by the expectations of her family and friends they've unknowingly passed down to her. And that's where I can transition into why and how there should be no prophecy. I think a fantastic setting would be one of the upcoming schools on the continents. In the guidebook, Cricket showed interest in making a school that's an equal distance from both the lands, and this would be an amazing place for the next generation to go to school later on. It has that familiar setting like Jade Mountain, but it's a whole new set of opportunities and dragons. I have my own new Jade Winged lineup, but I still want to keep some of that as a surprise for when I hopefully get to a project surrounding it. However, with the next generation, there's so much pressure. Bumblebee's adoptive family is Cricket and Blue, and I imagine some do as well, even if it's unofficially. Aqua is a literal royal seeming with Coral, Anemone, and Tsunami to live up to. Cliff is worried about his mother being too busy, and she's the ruler of the Skywings now. He's seen what she's done, and might feel some of the pressure from others to live up to it. It goes on, but the generation after our protagonists is going to struggle, I think. Without realizing, our past heroes might put some subconscious pressure, not only to live up to what they did, but also be in a way. With them attending a school like they did, maybe they kind of reflect themselves on the young Dragonettes. They wouldn't even fully get they were doing it, but they'd want them to kind of be like how they were, or live a life they envisioned when they went to the academy, since Darkstalker ruined a lot for them, and they don't want the Dragonettes to have to go through that. But if there was no prophecy, the next generation would definitely worry. They wouldn't have the same help the original Dragonettes did. They'd have to solve and discover things on their own, and in their way. They're not our previous protagonists. There's something new, and a lack of a guiding story for them, just given, would make the challenge greater, as well as the character development and problems. I don't know, I just really like this idea of mine. I think if Tui does go the route of introducing the next generation, and they attend a school like Jade Mountain Academy, this would be the best way to handle it. It wouldn't be a repeat, and as a reader, we'd have no hints of what's coming next either. Imagine opening the first book of the new arc and seeing no prophecy. You'd feel a bit worried and alone like they will for a time. It'll force the characters to actually take the lead and figure things out using their own strength, not magic. But what do you guys think? Should there be a prophecy, or do you like my concept of there not being one in this 4th arc? Let me know down below. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.